We talking about Region Friday, we talking about house, we talking about Morgan Heritage. So I was asking him, I said, yo, like, what's the thing with Morgan Heritage? So he was telling me that you guys, like, you don't harbor problems amongst each other. He was telling me that if there's a discrepancy, you deal with it right away. And he was telling me that's like one of the biggest tricks he feels that you guys been able to last so long. Is that true?
Yes, it's true. Our father always uses simple things. Let me tell you something. People, if you listen to the elders, there's a good chance you're going to be successful. But it's when we begin to lean upon our own understanding that we start to have to experience your own trials and tribulations. But if I tell you I went down to Broadway and Fifth Avenue and I said, there's a roadblock there and there are bombs going off, do not go there. Why you just don't listen? Y'all talk about, no, I want to see myself. I got to go see. You know, because I got to get my experience. Just listen. So you find that a simple thing that my father taught us to share one banana. 2 bananas left in the bowl of fruit. And he said, and Daddy said, Daddy, want piece, Daddy, we got a piece. And he got all these kids, there's 30 of us.
Yeah.
You know? Not on that day, but my father has 30 children.
Yeah.
So you find, say, how do you make this work? That means he would need more than 2 bananas to share, but for everybody to get their own.
Yeah.
And that teaches the child how to be selfish, because everybody wants their own. That's why we have become the me generation. Nobody is looking outward to say, to give. It is better to give than to receive. A simple saying like that. These kids ain't listening to that. They're on their phones. Yeah. Snapchat, what's it? And no, not the Snapchat, because I love it, you know, because it's a way to socialize electronically and to connect with people. But you find that these kids are lost, that the sayings of our ancestors and our elders is not, there's no respect there, and that's where the emancipation of man's brain start to deteriorate, that man start to lose themselves and chasing their own tail like a dog. If I see a dog chase his tail, it's the most fascinating, funniest thing you ever seen. And he's running, chasing his tail. There's human beings doing that on earth today that they don't even know themselves. So our father, make sure he taught us something as simple as that. 1 banana, share for 4 people. And then we learn how to share. So there's not a lot of selfishness there. So even if, now let's translate that into grown men. Me and you dip on tour and say a nice girl. I say, boy, I mean she like, you know. And you dip on no, Gramps, I mean she like. The love what I have for you. I say, go through, brother.
Yeah.
And the Bible like, yo, punk, man, yo. That's what would cause that, because the selfishness that we all want everything for our own. Or me didn't have my keyboard, and I say, boy, tonight my keyboard broken, and me have an extra one. When me can lend you, because me have 4, and I say to myself, say, yo, you have to find your own keyboard. The upbringing would let me know, yo, just share for tonight till we can get the next keyboard repaired. See how it relates? Yeah. So it's the upbringing. So a lot of the cause of the problems today is because of the parents and the grandparents. Because in Jamaica, you find that the grandmother got dance and the daughter got dance now. And then all the daughter, when she have a baby, she carry the baby got dance. And then it is known that in the 70s and 80s that women would give their children rum for the baby to sleep in their milk so they could go to dance. Yeah. These things have to change, man. And if we are aware of our past, then we can change our future.
All right.
Perseverance. First thing with perseverance, you have to work hard. Study your craft. Study the craft. Like to go to high school, if you go to high school, you don't graduate until you get it done. Then you have to take the SATs. There's no regulations in our music. A man he's a fisherman for 15, 20 years and he just jump off of the sea and say, you know what, no fish now sell right now, I'm like a DJ. So you find the fisherman start for DJ, or he starts to rap, or he starts to sing when it's not his true calling. And that comes from sovereignty. What is your true calling? Knowing of oneself. That's how we give thanks for His Imperial Majesty. Because knowing of oneself, I will know what's my true talent. It's like I used to be an American football player. Played in high school. Till when I went back and saw my football coach, he said I knew it. Till he saw how tall I was and how wide I got, he said and then I went back and played semi-pro football at the age of, in my late 30s. This was just a few years ago. Just to say, one, try it.
Yeah.
And trust me, I hurt a lot of people. But it was at a point where, and even hurt myself, but it reached to a point where I realized music is my true calling. But because of my size, the coach saw me walk into the bathroom and then say, hey son, you ever played football before? I said, no. This was growing up in America, going to Central High School, and he said, come up for the football team. And then my father heard me play and I started to wrestle. I was on the wrestling team, but it wasn't my true calling. But your father, who saw the vision when he knew you when you didn't know yourself, said, this is your true talent. But along the way, people would discover different, and I discovered that part of me because I start go to the gym now and lift weights, and so I start get hype now, right? Because you see chest I come out and arm and you feel like you can just rip up a tree out of the ground. That's called youth. That will fade away one day too. You understand? So my true calling was music, and my father said, we have to do this football thing. But after I accomplished so many things in music, I went back and did it just because of the love of the sport. I love football. I just love to just mash up something. But you know, because if I wasn't that, maybe would I be a dangerous man. But so football helped me to kind of, you know, get out, vent out that energy there. We won't go there, but thank God for football. So, but my true calling was music. And that's what my father helped me to put me on the right track, and then I went and found myself. And here's Gramps Morgan of Morgan Heritage.
Yeah. I don't know how y'all do it. Touring is a rough hustle.
Yeah.
That's a very rough
no
hustle.
joke.
At what point did you figure out the formula to get through these strenuous? I don't think these fans understand what go on when they see you get on that stage. Like they don't understand how much you guys been through. Like, where's the endurance coming from, and what have you learned over the years to prep for a tour and get through a tour?
The biggest thing is to take care of yourself. It's health. Yeah. It's health. Watch the food that you eat, exercise, and rest. You get off the stage, don't go to after parties. Bad things happen at after parties. You know, when you go to the after party, after the show is the after party, it's a lie. After the show is destruction at the after party. Because it's sex, drugs, and rock and roll. So you go after the show is the after party, you'll have maybe 5 years or 10 years in the business, if you're lucky, and if you're good, if you're talented enough to last that long. So after the show is the after party, try it and see what happens. You won't be lasting long like people like the Rolling Stones, people like Celine Dion, people like a Stevie Wonder, you know, people like a Lionel Richie. And you can have your phases and recover, because you have time. A lot of time you hear artists went to rehab and really. Look where Amy Winehouse, a treasure to music, treasure, lost her to what? Drugs. Amy Winehouse, the mere sound of her name, Amy Winehouse, an artist that was impeccable, a Lauryn Hill, Jasmine Sullivan, they don't make them like that anymore. India Ari, Erykah Badu, and it's either that they don't promote artists like that, you know. So you find that if we just research, preserve ourselves, after you come off a stage, go to your bed. This Buju Banton first tell me, and first time he sent for Morgan Heritage in Jamaica. Yeah. When Done After Dread was becoming a popular record, and they said, I want them youth to open up for me in the UK. We did 8 shows in the UK. Now today you can't even do 4 shows in the UK. Yeah. Back then with Buju we were doing 8 shows in the UK alone. Yeah. And I met him the first time in the lobby, and he was like, respect, and you know, he was Buju, you know. And me and him just kick it off, and he said, come check me in my room and go vibe and reason, because he wanted to be like, he wanted to get to know me. Like, who is these guys, you know? So beyond the music, so we started to reason, and he was like, yo, check for your vibes. And you know, we just almost was hanging out for about 6 hours. I left my bag in the lobby. Yeah. But we just kicked it off instantly. And then from there, I just didn't want to leave his room. Then he looked at me and said, "You, die your bed." And I said, and the man said, "Remember this, I can tell you this." And then Buju was very experienced and very successful and toured the world. And at that time for us, we just started to tour the world. The UK was our first, I think, a second international gig, because before that was Ivory Coast. And he said to me that rest is like money when you're on tour. The money that you collect after your show is not as important as your rest.
Seriously.
Because when you, this instrument here, it's not wood or metal or plastic. It's not keyboards. It's not, so when you find that it works, you have to rest it. I don't care how much ginger tea or how much honey and lemon and it's a lie. You can drink a lake of that. You still need, the body needs to shut down and rest to repair itself.
Yeah.
Until they come up with some kind of magical serum that repairs muscle tissue. Yeah. That's not there yet. Vocal cord tissue. It hasn't been created yet. I don't know if somebody's out there, please email us at 1-800-RASTA. But until that time, you know, you have to use what has been successful, and it's rest. And it's Buju first tell me and Peter that.
When Buju Banton went through his thing, why did you support him publicly?
That's what friends do.
Nah.
Real friends.
Yeah.
Right? And then we are beyond just friends. It was my brother. And despite if rain, sun, or storm, you're there to say, this so, just to be that person in his ear as a friend, whatever it is, but just to be there.
Yeah.
Despite the trials and tribulations, me need somebody to lean upon. That's what I would want for myself. And for reasons undisclosed, he was there for me in a special time. Yeah. And in a time like that, where you're facing that kind of trial and tribulation, like, I had to be there. As well as many other people was there as well, you know. There was a Wayne Wonder that was there, Stephen Marley was there, you know. But Buju's like my brother. It's not like when you talk about brotherhood in this time, it's more than blood, it's by the spirit. And that's why you got the product of our 23rd Psalms. Yeah. That is the product of the love for each other as brothers in Rastafari. Where you hear, the Lord's my shepherd. It's the love of God in that song. Yeah. So I was just there because he was there for me.
Like, what's the story behind Down by the River? Like, who wrote that song and how did that come about?
Well, we Morgan Heritage wrote that song, and it come about by being in an environment where when we were growing up in America, we never used to go by the river. Yeah. They don't have, do you see any rivers around here? Other than the Hudson River? And it's very dirty. So a man now go drink out of that or take, him go boil some coconut milk. Him now take the water and put it in a pot to make coconut milk. No way. Yeah. But on that river in Jamaica, a man will, if man make some rundown, he will grate the coconut and maybe use some water out of the river to make coconut milk, to make rundown. Do you know what rundown is, sir? Yeah. Okay, so we put that in saltfish or some you know, a tin of mackerel, or, you understand, or with some ackee. So you find that the experience, and a man named Pepe, that when we went to Jamaica, St. Thomas, that he used to be in an area named Bath Fountain, and a youth named Pepe used to help her. We used to make some dumpling and ackee and saltfish on a wood fire outside. Now we had some youth coming from Brooklyn. We never see that. The closest thing to that was a barbecue. You know, and it wasn't a barbecue, it wasn't a grill. A man take 2 stones, put a pot on it, broke 2 pieces of dry wood and pot a blaze. And it's the most, let me tell you, that flavor of that smoke with the coconut milk, undeniable. And we experienced that and by the riverside. So what did they say? Good food, good vibes, and you feel the mystic of God. You say, I'll be down by the river, waiting for the good Lord to pass my way. And what joy is that? Because I never experienced being down by the riverside, but in Jamaica I did, and that's how that song came about.
Thank you so much for watching I Never Knew TV.
Please subscribe, comment, yay!